I put my phone down for most of the day because I woke up this morning with a headache right in here, right? So I think I mentioned this before. My head is like on the inside of an echo chamber, an ecosphere. So I know that a lot of you folks know what that is. Okay, when you're a flat line, no, a zero, zero mathematical errors. Math automatically works. It's that precise. So that means the music is that precise because the speed ratios are that precise because it's an equilibrium state between one magnet that's in love with the other magnet. Wow, now you're just one big ass magnet. That's right. That's an eternal sun. Okay, and that's why love is the most powerful magic. And why is that? Well, think about it. Would you rather be an inverter or a torque converter? Converting one thing from what was into something else that's new and different than the last experience of what you created as an image in your mirror, which is another image of God. So that every image that is in our mirrors is God. That's the image of God, which is the image of you, because you're running the mirror. So everything that's in your mirror is what love is. That's God's magic. That's God's math. That's God's holographic speed. Nothing is faster than the eternal sun. Okay? There is no argument in that. There can't be. You cannot create or destroy energy, right? So what energy has the longest shelf life? Love does, because it's what heals us. Okay. So guess what I came across today? I decided to maybe put my phone up for a few days because I've always loved to read a lot. I'm still that little child that loves to learn. On fire to learn. On fire. Found this book. One of the reasons I love reading books by people that know a lot about magic is that they teach through their experiences. I just jumped into one spot in this book about Joan of Arc, an immortal, right? With Saint Germain, another immortal, right? Her being burned at the stake, right? And they're alive and well. So I'm fascinated. I'm going to read this whole book, right? Because they tell what they experience. We experience is the teacher. So we're storytellers of how we made it. We have stories to tell of what we've managed to live through and still be alive in spirit. God's eternal spirit, which is God's eternal magic, which is God's love magic. You couple that with sex, okay, to make another one of you or another image of God, then you can see how powerful phosphorus is. That's what I use to light myself on fire because that's the catapult for a male seed, a crystal atom seed, right? So light the fire, light the mirror. I don't ever want to be separated from the female side of the cosmos, ever. That is a fate worse than death. That's what it is to me. So that means I'm willing to do anything and willing to show it by virtue of you cannot fake it. You cannot fool the eternal spirit. The fire. That fire is pure fire. That's the purest consciousness. That's a pre-matter phase. You're not in matter yet. Now you are. Now you're another image of God. Wow. Yes. At the highest rate of speed. So that's a torque speed converter that moves faster. You're not going to move faster than eternity. You think? So you know that eternity created the first creation. Another one of itself. That's what love does. That's what a beloved is. That's what Be What Love is. So here it is. I'm over on page 234 of this book called The Magician, The Secrets of the Immortals. And this house is chock full of this kind of stuff. Got all kinds of books on Dune, right? And it's these this is how these connections are made, right? There's a connection with Aaron Livingston and the history of his family tied to the two of the people that apparently have passed away in this house. And then Jason, who is the property owner, who lives in, where is that? Signal Hill. And I would say to myself, he is apparently a very successful chiropractor. I met him and he is a nice enough guy, very respectable. I told him exactly who I am, right? Just be who you are, right? In a living spirit. And so I told him the truth. Hey, I'm here. This is, I may be positive bloodline. That would be Arcturian. I'm here to do energetic work. I can pull a lot of energy while I'm here and do a lot of grid work. I says, that's what I do. Love and service to others, right? Always in healing mode, right? Healing others is healing you. And you know that by virtue of imagining God eternity, experiencing something that he gave love to that was created out of the eternal living life, loving creation. And now I'm experiencing something that is less than what I am. So that means in order to restore me, I have to restore that other being. Otherwise, I'm not what I say I am, which is eternity. So when you realize that something fell, it will always fall ultimately back to eternity from whence it began. So there is no loss. Ultimately, there is no loss. That's the failsafe. Because you cannot destroy eternity. So you're never going to destroy what love is. Love will always go on. Because it's always the most powerful magic, which is the most powerful force. Right? So it's funny how here I am over on page 235 when Saint Germain shrugged and looked vaguely embarrassed. Like just about everyone else in American 48, I went in search of gold. And then he mentions, now he said briskly, rubbing his hands together again, sparks and cinders spiraling up into the night air, Nicholas wants you to learn the magic of fire. Nervous, he asked. A little? Have you ever taught anyone else? Sophie asked hesitantly. Saint Germain grinned, showing his uneven teeth. No one. You will be my first student. And probably my last. Remember when I talked about if you hold one electron captive, it doesn't work. It won't fire. I know, because I know what I had to do to make sure it would. Because what that means is now you're not holding on to a single particle of consciousness energy to hold it captive because you need its energy. Now you're running the other side of the coin. Now you're one. Now you're one with all creation. You're gifting electrons at the highest accelerated rate of speed in order to distribute it equally unto all, so that all is an image of God, which is an image of what love is, and living eternal spirit. That's the most powerful magic, is fire. That's what I did. Lit myself on fire. And phosphorus just went bonkers. Light yourself on fire. Yep, that's the most powerful magic, because it is the most powerful spiritual ritual that demonstrates what side you're on That's knowing one from the other, which is not a black mirror. This is going to be some fun reading, you think? I can get deep into this because I love spirits that are still around, that are sharing their experiences with us. Now I'm learning through who this guy Jermaine is, what he was experiencing. Now I'm experiencing another image of God that I'm giving love to. Let's see what happens in this story. Okay? Have a good evening. Happy Mama's Day. Pink roses, diamond pink roses to all of you. Be good to yourselves. Take care.